Hey guys, it's me. It's Constance with Charming Custom Crafts. And I wanted to finally show you the yard. I just finished the last piece. Last night I put my bulletin board up, which I did post a picture on Facebook. So I will show everybody how I did it. I did put the images that I used on my brother design and scan, design and cut, and then there's design, cut, and scan. I had the other one, the CM350. So anyway, I wanted to share with this and the people that have been following me on Brother for the Brother machine, so you'll be able to see all this. Please note that it is still laid out. I am going to come back here a little later because I have my last piece to put up that highlights the yard, and I had not put it out yet. I've had that request, and I'm like, I'm getting to it. So I'm going to show you the yard. There's going to be little bits and pieces, and there are leaves everywhere, but I'm not concerned about it because of the fact that I won't have it cleaned up again until right when Santa Claus comes, because we play my husband's Santa. My son is Rudolph, I am Mrs. Claus, and I used to be a professional photographer, and last year I wasn't real thrilled at the pictures that somebody did, but she did the best she could. This year's Mrs. Claus has taken them, so I'm actually going to give away a picture to everybody. Print them out right here and there, and if somebody wants them emailed, I'm only going to take 3 pictures per person. You may see my house address, but you don't know where I live, so I am in Florida. That's about all you're going to get. So I'm going to show you the yard, and I'm afraid it's going to kick on why I do this, so I'm going to try to hurry. So I'm going to explain everything, that way when I come back out, I'll be able to share with you everything, and I'll be able to go ahead and play part of it. And I figured out how to get the sound to work better, because last year it wasn't too well. You can hear it if you're clearly in front of it, but standing out in the street, it's not so much. So just deal with it as I can. But I'm going to go ahead now and show you, because if you've been following me for a while, then you know how I am. I'm going to start this mailbox, and I have this cute little reindeer. My daughter's not head elf this year because she moved to California, and I'm sad. So I'm going to start with my mailbox. There is my Rudolph. I had to sew him on, even though last year I put magnets more in it. So he's very happy to see you. And I'm smart. I actually use fishing line because I don't trust anybody. It's like Halloween. I will nylon my stuff down and fishing line it. So I'm going to show you the yard, and later on I'm actually going to show you with it more sideways, but it's all going to be one video for you guys, so it'll be more of a snap for you. But I want to share with you, this year I decided to completely cover my yard. I am from the north. I love snow on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day. I am from snow. I grew up walking to school in 3 foot of snow and being the last damn school in the state that would shut down. So I brought a little bit of the winter wonderland here to Florida. Now my neighbor last year, which I've got to tell you is pretty funny, because I started putting my stuff up last year, and they ended up going up and spending $250, and they're like, you need to stop. And I'm like, why? So as I'm putting stuff up, they ended up going out and spending $200 more dollars, and I'm laughing because I was suggesting, like, Santa's in the boat, he needs a blue light, and I came up with another thing, and he said, stop suggesting because we don't have any more money. Though he did add to his yard, so I'll be able to show you that if you watched last year. So Santa is getting ready to go into the North Pole, but at the same time he's enjoying fishing before he has to get to the North Pole. So I have my winter wonderland. Back here is a bush. If you guys saw my Halloween, this is where the pirate chest was. This is actually where my graveyard was. I borrowed my neighbor's yard. And if you remember, he did trim down all of that, though I really thought it was cool at Halloween. So I have the bush back here. I have more snowflakes as I get to them because I'm kind of annoyed by everything at this point. I am from Halloween to Christmas. I'm kind of sort of burnt out. I just saw some cords that I need to secure better. So in my bushes, I do have snow on it. And guys, just so you know that I have 52 bags of buffalo snow. And I got smart. I was all over Walmart's ass, and I found out that they were cheaper online. So instead of $3, I was like $1.09. Because if you think about it, that'd be 150 bucks. So I know how to shop. I'm telling you guys I do. But don't mind the leaves. Again, they'll be slightly blown out because if you guys are from the north, you know that snow has leaves. And of course, you know you don't eat yellow snow or dirty snow because yeah. Anyway, if you're from the south, you don't understand that. If you're from the north, you do. But this used to be my Pirate's Cove. Now, I have lights around the window. I have lights down the side of the house, though someone went out and we went through like 9 strands and it happened to be the last one. And though I can replace it, I'm going to say BF it. And I'm going to leave it at that because I think you guys get the point. I was so frustrated after putting almost 7-8 days into this. I was done. I have a lot of cords back here. I have a musical box now. The one piece is going to go in this window. I have to hurry before these lights pop on. But I have 2 different sets of lights in my bushes. Last year I put the twinkles around my house. This year I did not. I put them more in the bushes and in different other places, and you'll see that. I'm going to show you. So I have my 6 trees. This year I added a little something special. I have little birdies in the tree. I put little doves for the piece. And they're really cute, and I got smart, guys. These are cheap trees, and let me tell you something. I spent $9 on net lights, and I have wished that we had those 20 years ago, and I really got to the point where I actually hate pre-lit trees. So if I'm at that point, if my lights go out, I'm just gonna go buy net lights, because I put so many ornaments on, and you'll see that you will not see the cording. But this year I did do something different. I did net the bottom of the tree, and of course I have my snowflakes throughout. I did try to make sure that there was more lighting, and yes, there's my twinkle lights. I have another one, but I got frustrated with that, and I am so done. You guys have no idea. I am just frustrated. So you're gonna see all my snowflakes. Last year there wasn't as seenable. Last year I put 250 up. I have 150 up this year, and I had to pop branches and everything up around what you see up around the tree line. We had to cut from here up, and we still have a bad branches. We found out it's being eaten by carpenter ants, but it isn't my house. I'll give you an idea. I actually stepped on this and it popped. See all the holes? It is not my house. Otherwise I'd order drop it. Now last year I did have reindeer in a sleigh. Let me tell you something about some of these pieces. Some of these pieces, if you try to put up one piece, the other piece falls at the same time. They are not secure enough. So, and mine were made out of a thin cork board paper, which I don't have to tell you, ladies, since you craft, you know how delicate that stuff is. It's like tissue paper. But I had to secure it with dowel rods, and it still would not stay up. I was so freaking mad, and I'm being nice about my words. So this year my husband brings it down. I said I ain't putting it up. I don't care. So I happened to be out at Walmart, and there was only 2 of these, and as you saw, he said go ahead. Though I would like to do something more down here, but you know, again, I'm frustrated. So I have a little birdie down here, a little dove. This is my carriage, and I'm gonna pull him back up if it'll stay up. There we go. So I got my piece dove, and it is silver and gold, although I am not a huge fan of white lights, white bright lights. I like the warm glow lights because it's classy. I have done the color, and trust me, I probably have 30 strands of colored lights, in between 50 and 300 strands. So depending on where I move, you never know. This is my favorite too. I made them my kissing little birds. Yes, they are Walmart ones, and I thought, well, I'm going to pick me up some this year and make the trees a little different. And I still have problems with these. Oh, they were all supposed to be same, and they weren't. So I'm throwing snowflakes more in when they come out of the tree. I'm not getting back up in the tree. I just throw them around. And again, I didn't go way up in here, and I get tired of it. So I have my bells up. I used to do more than that, but I do have my lights in the garage lights. And for those who follow me on the Brother, there is my cutout this year. You guys know, if you follow me, and I'm really anal with the tape, if you follow me, that I do this for Halloween and Christmas, and I'm constantly pushing down the tape. And I'll tell you why I put so much tape on it, because it rains here in Florida and the moisture is really bad, and I just saw a spot. I'll probably have to put another piece on. So I have to try to protect it the best I can. Otherwise, it actually will bleed on the garage door. So I did use just a beautiful brown. It doesn't matter whether it's texture. It could be cheap paper, but you have to use the thicker. I did use some sparkle here. And, of course, it does say Santa Cam because Santa is going to be in the picture. I did use just basic red paper. I did use a little bit of the sparkle for that shine like in a camera. And, of course, on Rudolph's nose. And I did cam, and again, I put this image, that image, and that image, which I did too one, I just flipped, on the CCC page, Charming Custom Crafts. It might come under Charming Crafts. But down here, let me give you guys a little clue. And I figured this out with, I did a skeleton hand, and I have yet to share it. But I want to give you, I'm going to share it with you now. I'm going to share what I did with this. I have found out why are you taking these pieces apart and trying to figure out exactly where. If you guys notice, they're exactly the right width, exactly the same way it was when it cut. So what I did is I just took tape, because usually when I do this, especially lettering, I try to let my mat wear down some, because if it sticks too much, it'll tear. So I have a couple. I now finally got another mat. So what I did is, as I was doing it and I finished, I did put just normal Scotch tape over it. And then, you know, I put one in the middle, one at the top, one at the bottom. And it's the same thing with all of this. It'll pull from one side and you can pull it all off. So I'm very particular. So I did it to all of it and it came out perfectly even. I love it. And so that is my display. And I will show without my address the letter I put out in Rudolph. Of course, I was dressed in Rudolph. That's my son's costume. Actually drove around and delivered the letters once again this year. I did, however, if you're following my Facebook page, I did add that. I found it. I couldn't find it last year, but it will light up. It is a marquee sign. And of course, I have the bells over here. And it does go all the way down the side yard. I really don't want to do it. My husband has some clean. Say hi, Jeff.
Hi.
Hi. That's my son. So they do go down the side, okay? So you guys know that. So that is the house and a handbag. I am going to go to the front. And I got new garland for around my door. But I want to share something, ladies, that is brand new and I never saw it. First, I got a new mat. And it goes with the theme. This thing is amazing. This piece right here. I happen to catch it and I'm going, ooh, no more nails, no more screws. This actually has the foot pedals. Okay, I spent like 70 bucks on it, but ladies, I don't have to tell you, men, it's amazing. And you just stick your garland up. You just tighten the pegs and boom, it's done. So I did go to Joann's and got me some new garland because I used the 25% at Michael's, at Joann's, and they were already 60 or 70% off, so I got a good deal. But my garland fell apart, and the lights I tested before got off, and then I got one off, and even I tested it died. I'm telling you, if it can go wrong, if it would go wrong, it did go wrong this year. So my 15-year-old garland is put in a bag because I'm going to make some wreaths. I'm probably not going to get to it this year, but I will next year. So look for that. Now I had to redo this a little bit because it's falling apart. Now this wreath, guys, this is 24 years old. My mother-in-law gave it to me when I got married, so she's probably going to have a couch. She did know it last year. I said, how she goes, you still have it? I said, yeah, I just keep redoing it. It's still in pretty good condition because the front door protects it, and of course I have the big gold F and a bronze, and then 2 reindeer, and this one's hiding its little head. These things have been moving around. We were putting new lights on. So there is my front door, and then of course you're going to be able to see. Now I have everything here. Now I'm going to come back to you guys, and I'm already at 13 minutes. It's probably going to be close to 13 when it gets dark. And I'm going to make sure that one segment is completely music. So that'll be separate. I'll stand outside in the street with my headphones directly on the music box. So anyway, that is what I got for now. Oh, and one more thing. There's a little extra stuff that I added this year, and I will show you that later. And if you guys can see, the lights are now on. I will show you later when it's dark. Well, hey guys, it's me. As I said, it'll be a snap of a finger for you, if not quicker. I did say that I was going to bring you out, but I had to do it in different parts. Now this has taken me a little more than usual, because if it can go wrong, it will go wrong. And obviously you just saw the show. And I want to go back in and show you guys everything. So this year was a little more of a pain in my ass because of how much time it took to go in and replace bulbs. And I even had more lights and didn't even put them out because I got so frustrated. And I have more decorations that I chose not to do. And God help you guys if I had done colored, because I probably have a couple thousand lights in color. And this is also a very small yard. I'm used to having half an acre to 2.2 acres, depending on what I have purchased over the past. So you guys have seen the show. I think it's missing one or two songs, but you get kind of the idea. I don't know if I got Jingle Bells on there. You have to let me know below if I did or not. But I did add some of the stuff that you didn't get a chance to see, because I couldn't show you that when the lights weren't on and it was still bright. I have my lights set to sensors, so I will be turning off the music here when I go in, because my neighbors are completely annoyed by me. So let me show you. I have inspired my neighborhood, and I'm actually walking past my neighbor's house because I got almost like a little war going on now, because there used to not even be a half a dozen people in this little neighborhood of about 150. And between my Halloween and Christmas, I have jump-started the entire neighborhood. So it's not like we have so much of a battle, but you know, it's kind of funny because when I was working on this, the one piece you saw at the beginning was the carriage, and I was gonna just take it back because I got so frustrated with everything. And my husband goes for a walk and he comes back, he goes, "You're not taking it back, we got competition this year." So, and this is the man who, you know, is just like all over me about things, though he lets me get away with doing it. So my neighbor, as I told you guys before in the first part of the video, that because obviously the music show was more of the second part, this is the third part. My neighbors crack me up, so I have to show you that this guy, and it looks like fireflies in his trees. I just love it. He went out and got more of the projections. He's not as patient, I guess, because he's like 24. I was like, man, even at that age, I was like so into it. Of course, it's the way I grew up. So I'm gonna walk from his property over to mine, because as I said in the first part of the video, we kind of all blend together. And it's because of the way it turned out from me talking to him last year. It goes from Santa fishing into the North Pole. So winter wonderland. So I'm gonna show you, and I don't know if you can see it. He's got the red and green projectors, and it goes way up on the roof. And I just love how it makes his trees look like fireflies. And I generally do something like that with a bigger projector, and I actually tried this year and didn't care for it. Maybe it's just my taste this year, but I love how it just sparkles the tree. And that is like me. I like to sparkle it. So anything to deem yourself. So I've got him so deemed on this. I was trying to convince him. I was like, "Justin, Dwayne, I have Christmas lights. Let me let you borrow them." Yeah. He's like, "No, I got enough." I was like, "No, you don't." Then again, my neighbor across the street here, quick look, I'm letting him borrow, and I'm hoping he puts it up. I have an inflatable military Santa, and it used to be Captain Claus, and then it went to Major Claus when my husband got promoted, and he actually found it this year. He hasn't been able to find it for 2 years. Because you gotta understand, we moved. So I just saw you the one part of his yard. I'm gonna show you the other part. So I got two guys that don't decorate to decorate. So I love it. I love them. This is the yard. If you guys go back at my Halloween, you'll see that I used it. So you see that I convinced him into doing the blue, because now Santa looks like he's actually fishing in the reflection of the water. So I did not get him to get the inflatable gator. I tried to convince him into that last year, because not only are we in gator territory, but he's also a gator fan. So it just made more sense. But he told me he spent so much money last year, and he just didn't want to push my luck with me. Now see, he's got those little bitty lights at the top. I was like, dude, let me give you a couple hundred lights until I said you can even have them, because I have a bunch of new ones. I go like when the season's over and get a bunch. And then we have Mickey down here, who is rubbing all over Mommy. So I'm in love with what my neighbor's done, and I don't think I could totally turn you because it just turn your head. So I don't think I got any pictures. Now we're gonna go into Winter Wonderland. And if you can see, I just have kind of a harsh edge because it's supposed to be like a glacier or snowbank or icebergy. Yes, Mickey, we get your point. So I'm going to go back through, and if you can see, I did add something new. Now, I wanted to do something more extreme, but I am concerned about with my electric because I want to actually put a snow machine to the yard. Unfortunately, it's a very tiny yard, and I would rather put this over an area where there's not as much cordage. And I am known, guys and gals, I have boxes, a big bin full of cords, and another big bin of cords. I am the cord hound for a girl. Now, I know my brother's really into this a lot more than I do, and when I say that they truly have about 3/4 of a property just in the front, and he does the whole thing. That man has like 20-some thousand lights, easy, and he's got more. And I was coming up with more ideas. I was like, oh yeah. Well, my brother don't want to listen to me. So everybody likes to give him Christmas lights and Christmas things. So when he does work for him, they know he loves it. Now see, with the 4K, you can see it better. Halloween didn't come out as great because I didn't have the iPhone K, or X, the 10, sorry. So I want you to see the difference between Halloween and the, that was the 6 and this is, or the 7. That was the 7, no, or 6. No, I had the 6. And the 10 and the 4K quality. And we just upgraded our TVs to 4K, so I'm going to give you guys a chance to kind of sink in and look at these lights a little bit, and I'm going to go back through. Now, I had more twinkle lights, and if you go back to my Christmas last year, I actually put the twinkles on the house. If you have not really seen twinkles, for guys and gals that are doing it, twinkles generally only have one connecting end. I mean, it's got a male, female on one side and the other, but you can't connect on both sides like typical strands. So I got really frustrated last year because I had to maneuver the lights and the cords, and by the time I got done with that, I was getting really frustrated. So you could see my snowflakes, and again, I only put 100 less than what I did, and it still looks beautiful, and then I had to thin out the trees. So you come in, you're walking, and I actually was going to arch everything, and maybe next year I will. But I don't think that tree's going to be there because it's full of carpenter ants. That's not my house. So we netted this year. And this year I went full snow, and again, like I said in the first part of the video, since this is now the third part, I actually put like 52 bags in here. If you guys go looking for them, good luck finding as many as I did. I was just up Walmart's ass. Oh yeah, and don't go any other place else for it. It's a buffalo snow blanket. So Florida does not get snow, and I guess the last time they really did was about, I don't know if it was 50 years ago or 90 years ago, because somebody told me that they remember seeing it once. So this is, now yes, there are leaves, but I'm not going to blow it until right when Santa's coming out, because it's going to drop anyway. In Florida here, we don't have big leaves majority of the time. We have these watercress oak trees, which are protected by the state of Florida. Because of these leaves, they drop nonstop for 4 months of the year. And if they have the acorn trees, God help you, because at my house that we owned and sold, I had really big ones, and it sounded like constant raining, and it was annoying. So this tree, then I'll flip on. There you go. That one and that one were supposed to be like the others, and it wasn't. So I'm going to show you again what my snow looks like. I actually pin these, and I always try to show you guys what I do. I try not to always hide everything. Now, I actually enjoy the fact that it does rain down on this, because it will get into every nook and cranny. I'm trying to pull up someplace. It will just kind of form to it. But let me tell you something. Between the bush and the tree, I have over 200 clothesline pins in it. Yeah, so I do have normal, and if you look, they twinkle a little bit. And the light that you're seeing is not blue, it's actually white. That's the one thing that's really hard to see. So I have alone on this bush probably about 8. Now this bush used to be a lot bigger. If you guys go to my Halloween, I actually built a boat from here all the way down to the driveway over there, if you guys can see. David, my neighbor, helped me. He did help me net the tree this year. But again, this was my Pirate's Cove. So it's going to be easier to show you on this one than it's not. I do have solid lights and then twinkle in here. And then again, I have a whole lot of clothespins. Let me tell you something. It's hard to find enough of them last year, especially this time of year. Now, if you guys look, I did add something new this year. And I do have a snow flurry. I actually bought one last year, and it wasn't what I expected it to be. And then they come out with this one new this year. Actually come out with 3 different ones. And I wasn't too thrilled. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn off the music now. because it will annoy the hell out of you. Alright, so I'm gonna take off the flashers because it's gonna tick me off. The light show is. So I'm gonna go back to this carriage and then I'm gonna go more around the house. I gotta watch where I'm walking, but I know where the cords are. And I'm very particular about, and nobody's allowed to walk on my snow. I know, it's funny, right? My son pointed out something. I don't know where it's at. Okay, we have fire ants here and we have carpenter ants. My son got a kick out of the fact that the ants found their way through the snow. So that's kind of ironic and funny. Now this carriage, I am in love with. You guys saw this. And it's beautiful. I was worried that it was going to be white lights and warm lights at the same time, but it wasn't. So I'm in love with this. I got it at Walmart, guys. It was $59. I have been tempted to put something in the middle, more like a princess or something, but I was like, no. I want to, and trust me, I can come up with all kinds of things, and I just chose not to, and it's just so damn beautiful. Me, I would probably put more lights on it. That's just me, but I don't have the patience, not after this. But the snow thing, the snow flurries, I can put it on a timer 2, 4, and 6, and I can make it snow more, less, or faster. So if you want to look that up, I think they range from $30 to $90. Again, I would love to put a snowmaker out, and that is, trust me, coming. I have to protect a set of cords over here yet, but I cannot protect my, not totally, my timers. Okay, so I did get the projector up this time. This is what I was working on earlier today, and I'm gonna try to get it without, you can see the snow's on it right now, without the projector of the snow up above, because it is reflecting, and that could be much of a problem. But you can see, and I didn't pull it out for Halloween. I actually had a lot of mad neighbors. See if I can go in and show you. I want to go and I want to get some more images. My husband's like, somebody else got that. I said, I've had this for years. Come on now, people. But I'm going to go in and probably order some more. And I'm going to look at the format and probably get some more out of myself and do myself. And then maybe after Christmas or after the Santa pictures or the Santa camp pictures, that I will put up the neighborhood pictures of the pictures I took so that they can actually see themselves in between the videos. And so that's my project. Always got something. Let's see if Santa will come out to play. And you can see that it is not blue. It is actually white and not warm white. So I had more lights to go up here and I had a big wreath, and I'm telling you guys, I've had a year. Between Halloween and Christmas, I'm tired. All right, so here we go. And again, I see Jolly St. Nick hiding. Now that's my crafter now. Oh, there's Santa. And the way I did it, I put a soft glow. I didn't put it real close. I pulled it back so it looks more realistic. And the sharper focus, guys, if you're doing them, make sure it's really sharp, because from a distance it's not going to be. If you do it faded too much, it'll look too blurry. And I mean, I've got a problem with reading now, so I'm waiting to, the doctor told me to wait on having laser done again, because I had it for nearsighted. It's coming for farsighted. I'm just avoiding it. So Santa is just gonna go away and take off. Now I could continuously show this, but I think you guys kind of get the gist of this. Maybe we'll sit and watch one more, because there's 4 different ones with Santa. And I kind of would like to make my own with my husband. I really would, because it was really fun. And of course, if you guys are not aware, please make sure you get the kids out of the room knowing and watching this video. I cannot stress that enough. Because we are the Clauses. We are the North Pole. And my neighbors did ask me at Halloween, why would you do this? Your kids are full grown. I said, because now I can. I couldn't really afford it. I did for the kids. We ran for the kids. And now I can do for the kids. I can do for my neighbors. I can do for my community. Even though we're not permanent here. So that is what we do. And though I annoy my husband with it, this is my Christmas. Everything that you guys are going to see from me for Christmas, it's my Christmas. I don't have to have presents. I truly enjoy doing what I do. If you were here, I would have you involved. Trust me, I would have more costume. When we went to the beach last year for family photos on Christmas Eve, which was, all right, they weren't too happy about family photos, but the moment we got dressed, it was a whole different ball game. And even the adults were all game. And so people always stop and look. I'm like a attraction. Of course, when you have a kitty cat in the yard and snow too. So yeah, Santa's in the yard. We're gonna stop at that because he's eating milk and cookies, and I think we should let him be in private, because when he's eating milk and cookies, that he's not supposed to be disturbed anyway. So I did do a little bit, you know. Come on, guys, before you say it, I would love to put Mickey up in that carriage, but I don't think that he'd get up there unless I put treats. Which, watch me do that now that I thought of it. Watch me put treats up in there and try to snap a picture. I'll do that next couple days, and guys, if you see it, yep, see, he's underneath playing. So I'll do that next couple days and post it on the Facebook page. If you're not part of the Facebook page, come on over. I did put up a new giveaway, and you got to come over because it's a good one. It's a big one for a year, this year, to end it out. So I do have these lights. They do rotate right now that they are, and I said I could not really show you this. I have it on blue and green. I could put it on red and blue. I could put it on red and green, or I can have it on red, green, or blue, or all three. They are also, as you see, it's flicking. Hello. Hello. Okay, so I have it on music oriented. I have both of them though. This one stopped spinning, so I got to order a new one. This is a new one this year. After Halloween, I was getting fear. Before Halloween, it stopped working. Of course, I forgot to take them out after Christmas last year, so they are coming out this year. So I have something I did not find last year, and you guys would have saw this at the first part. You wouldn't have saw it on the Facebook page, but you would have saw it in the video at the first part of this. So I had it the year before last, but I didn't know where it was at, only to find out it was my beach stuff, because my husband refused to pull out the beach stuff. Only this year he did, and I got to redo my topper because it came apart. You guys, you'll understand it as you see it. So here is, of course, the garage door advertisement. Rudolph went around the neighborhood leaving letters from the North Pole last night, which seems to be a very big attraction because people know who that motorcycle belongs to. So, and that's of course my baby, and I'll leave it at that. So it's actually my son. My son is Rudolph, but he doesn't drive a motorcycle. So I take my Spider with a Rudolph. Go ahead, I know that's funny. So the Black Widow rides, this Rudolph rides a Black Widow Spider. I don't know. Anyway, so this is my advertisement, and again, if you guys are following me, this whole thing was done on the Brother Design and Cut. Again, I printed this one. This one was already a basic style. Printed that one, and I cut two of these, and then those, and then these were the basic featured text that they have. I have not had time to get to the computer. I have so many projects in front of me, ladies and gents. I'm sorry. I have been so busy. Now, I did say that I'd kind of show you. I don't want to go all the way around because I obviously don't want you to see all my trash still. I've been trying to get rid of all the boxes. So if you guys can see, I did light all the way down there. Oh, now it's gonna flick for that, but it doesn't want to spin. Hello. All right. So I do have my bells. I actually have more stuff, but like I said, I was getting frustrated. If you guys saw all the stuff that I actually have, it might flip you out because I'm used to having a really big yard. And again, I do it all anyway. So I showed you in the first part of the video that I was gonna arch. I was gonna do the arch, and I was gonna do that arch, and then the peak, and then I got tired. So you guys didn't see it lit up, but I do have a twinkle in this one. Only because, I mean, I could do it in this. I just don't want it to twinkle. I want it to just say where your eye focuses in on the wreath. So, yeah. I have one more garland put up, but I gotta clean the patio door. And Mickey. Mickey left me a present on the door, didn't you, Mick? He brought me a big old rat the other day, and it took me 4 days to get my husband to pick it up because the last rat I got was actually alive with its eyes popped out. So it was only fair he got the dead one. Don't you guys think? I don't care if it was rotten, you know, starting to smell. I get tired of it. I am the woman, and I'm the one who cuts the heads off the snake. I'm the one who gets the spiders and the lizards, and yeah. So I want to go back and show you a little bit because you can see that it's snowing once I get in the window. And the way this thing works is kind of hard because I have a light at my neighbor's house and then my truck's there. But it actually lights up the whole house and the yard. And I would prefer to have more of a direct focus, but I can't put it up in this tree. And honest to God, I don't trust anybody. I don't trust anything. I mean, it's like when I showed you the mailbox. I solidified things down. If you guys knew how I did these trees, and it's part of it, it's why I broke my nail off, because I smashed it. I am anal. If you would, this is the reason why I don't put all my stuff out for Halloween until like last minute. So Santa's out fishing, ready to come up to the North Pole. And we worked this out last year, but even though I was already setting it up, so we worked it out. And I love my yard. I hope you do too, and I hope it does inspire you. And I miss snow only for those 4 days that I mentioned in the first part of the video. And I am gonna back a little bit so you guys can see. I'm gonna pause it. It'll be a pause for you, and it's gonna be a flip for me real quick. Okay, as I said, that it'd be a quick second for you, but I went ahead and flipped it better so you guys can see it more solidified. And I love this. I will have some pictures. And I know I was sending my best friends pictures of it, and they're like, oh my God. And the new people that bought the house next door, the wife and kids came by, and she actually introduced herself. I didn't want to intrude, but if you were in a military base, we'd be up your ass. So, but you know, she came from Hawaii. She was used to being around the military. I think it kind of shocked her. She went from one military to another, but they're not military. But I wanted to share how pretty this is, and I already had some pictures of this. I was teasing you guys about the pictures, and I had to, because I didn't want to spoil the whole yard, unless you kept following me all here. So I'm gonna do one with here with Santa over there. I'm taking pictures at the same time as sharing with you guys. And you can see Santa up in the window. And I am snapping some pictures that I will put at the end. If you have any questions of how I put my trees down, please don't hesitate to ask. And again, if you want to do the snow thing, if you are in Hawaii, if you were in some other place though, Hawaii, it's gonna be really hard. And I almost went back here, but I have so many cords I didn't want to risk a fire, even though that I have them. Oh, ladies, if you don't know this, and men, if you don't know this, and I grew up in the north, I know this. When you put electrical cords together and they're outside, make sure you use electrical tape and completely cover any access to the connectors at all. And then I do around the bigger stuff, I actually do that, and then I turn and I bag it. If I showed you, I've got bags down here, you can slightly see. The ones over here, I can do like that bottom one, but I really can't because of the fact they're on timers. And so I have to be very careful when it rains that I actually come out and unplug them. And I have to redo my timers. And Mickey's insisting. Mickey wants to go in. Kitty. Meow. He's a good boy. Ladies, gents, if you've been following this boy, he is huge. He wasn't even 3 weeks when I got him, and he was not even a half a pound. He wasn't even there. And he must be 13, 14 pounds. And he does not like water. If I put his tail in it, I swear I've had cats for over 24 years, and I have never heard a cat scream the way he does. Just putting his little tip, even the tip of his tail in. Let alone his meow is so unique, and I've never heard that before. So I'm going to show you guys again and see why I had to soften it, because you can see up in the corner over here, it's actually going to show over here, but in the video it's showing right here. It's actually where the projector, you can see it. And I have tried to change it around, but it doesn't work. But that's the reason why I softened the image on the window. And people from high school and middle school knows that not only was I performing, and well, some of them know that I used to perform on TV. A lot of them didn't. I started performing at 5. Not as much as Russ, hi baby. But you know, I was out there. Not as much as him. I was not as step forwardness as I am now. I'll get up your ass now than I was then. I mean, I would get out in the front, but not where I get up in your business totally. I was the one that kind of took it. But this is my winter wonderland. But I did get a chance to do backstage and building. So, you know, stage crew and singing and all that kind of stuff. And so I have learned a lot of this stuff. Plus, I'm also crazy. And if this doesn't show it, okay guys, I have been talking between the 3 different videos. This is a very long video, and I totally appreciate the fact that you guys are joining me. I will try to do a little bit of video snippage when I do, when we have Santa visit and Mrs. Claus. Right here, you see where I'm going. Mrs. Claus. Okay, you get it. We'll be taking pictures. And before you ask, I used to be a professional photographer, so did it for several years. Some of the people that follow me might know because I've taken their picture. But, so I will see you then. But I will show you the trees before that. And my things are on timer. And Mickey, I hit another ring. Ooh. Okay, dismiss. Okay, so there's Mickey. Let's see if Mickey will talk for us. See if I can get him to talk. It's kind of hard for me to do and hold at the same time. See if I can get him. Why can't I touch it?
It's 10:22. Good night, pal.